Hey everybody, here's another video on chords and how to see the 3rd and 7th on two important strings. That would be the D string and the G string. Check it out. Let's break that down. That was the A section to Autumn Leaves in the key of G and E minor. And what I did is I started up here on the 12th fret with just this simple A minor 7, and I have the root, flat 3rd, and the 7th. But what I want to show you is it's really important to kind of break the guitar up into two sections. And the way I look at it is these parallel strings being 2 octaves apart are really important because there's a lot of triad action that you can do between the top string and the bottom string. Meaning you can play C or C here, and there's a 2 octave span, but this is kind of the separation point. There are other ways to play the 3rds and 7ths, but this is primarily a good way to get a gauge about where these things are. If you can outline those 3rds and 7ths, you're going to see intervals. You're going to see 4ths, 5ths, and tritones. The 4ths and 5ths are going to be for the minor 7s and the major 7s, and the tritones are going to be for your dominant 7. I'm going to take the root note off and do this again slowly. So the first one, A minor 7, starts with this interval, which is a 5th, and then we go to the D7, which becomes a nice tritone, and only one note moves, and then the resolution that I'm going to is a 5th here. So the top note stays the same. So the top note moves, the bottom note moves. So this is G major 7, 1, 3, 7. Now we go to C major 7, and the top note moves down. We're going to go to F sharp half diminished. We have the flat 3rd and the 7th here. So the bottom note moves, then the top note moves for the B7, and then we're here for the E minor 7. And then I made an E7 chord as a transition. I go back to this tritone here, and then it's a 4th for the A minor 7, tritone for D7, 4th for G major 7, 5th for C major 7, 4th for the half diminished, B7 is a tritone, and then E minor. So I mentioned that the chords where you're going to have 5ths and 4ths are going to be the minor 7s, major 7s, and the half diminished, which is basically a minor 7 flat 5. And the dominants are going to have the tritones. Now there are voicings that you can have for the half diminished where you're going to have the tritone down here. In the case of this, I could play A minor, D7, G, C. I could have played this for the F sharp half diminished because this is what we know as that chord. But this is just utilizing that structure of having that 5th on top. It's kind of an interesting sound. What's missing is the flat 5. And you can put that in the bass if you wanted to. So just some observations, but get to know those because you can use those as a guide place to play your lines as well as your chords. I could start with this.